Last week, amadoda awu-16 ahlangene for the first time in Cape Town. Lapho-ke uJames, who's the youngest competitor, ewine isolo trial yakhe yokuqala at the Castle of Good Hope. Ukunqoba kwakhe-ke noJonathan, who was the runner-up, earned them captaincy in the upcoming squad trial, as well as amnesty from being voted out at the next judgment. Ngelanga le-squad trial, i-Cape Town isihlaseleke ngamakhaza, kodwa uJonathan neqembu lakhe baye baphumelela and won the squad trial called Spider's Web, while James's losing squad had to attend the judgment. Lana-ke uSteven bambone necala lokuba inkomo idla yodwa, mabayichaza ngesingisi-ke bathi individualistic in nature. Uye-ke umuntu wokuqala wokukhishwa kuBowen Manhunt, and with 15 men left, this is still anyone's game. Emva kwe-judgment, the remaining members of the red team returned to their apartments. Kulapho-ke elinye iqembu belindele ukwazi ukuthi kwenzekeni, ubani oyekhaya.
Are we having a party here?
What did he say?
Boys, it's brutal. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's all fun and games and laughing now, or whatever, because we're still here, or whatever. But when you're down there, it is brutal. It's flipping. Yeah, it's not easy.
But now you can actually say that the game has started.
Yeah.
From here, we've grown very close. We've become like a small family, you know. Yeah. And wow, to now go up and show those things, votes, and that is gonna be.
It's already been tough.
Yeah, can you imagine?
It's been tough.
Yeah,
welcome to Bowen.
Reality began yesterday when somebody's got eliminated. It was all fun and games, and then you realize somebody's actually going home.
Stephen leaving wasn't a shock. I think it was just because of the way he acted behind the scenes when he first arrived on the show.
No one is ever happy that someone gets eliminated, but we got together as a team and we've decided it would be in our best advantage to get rid of him. And it was a unanimous decision that Steve had to go.
Having gone to judgment, it was a rough wake-up call. And I realized this is not a game, it's not a holiday like Hausa said. And I'm here to play the game, and anything can happen now.
So for me, there's no social game or anything like that against the other guys. I think every challenge is for me, and if it's a team effort, it's for the team. So I'll give it my all with every challenge and a team effort, make sure, help my teammates so we win the team effort as well.
It's gonna be a new trial today, and it's every man for himself, so I'm gonna push. I just need to be assertive, do my best, and see if I can't move up in the pecking order.
I'm standing at an old cement factory in Cape Town, and it's here where the men will play a solo trial called Breaking Barriers. In it, we will test the men's ability to adapt quickly and their tenacity in breaking through a variety of obstacles. Yo, it's another ice-cold, rainy winter's day in Cape Town. Kodwa lokho ubala, soze kwaphula umoya wama-Bowen man. Morning, gents.
Morning.
Good. How you guys doing on this lovely weather?
It's going to be a trying time with this weather, raining, coldness, hands are going to be frozen. We're going to make it.
Well, there are 15 of you left, and the hunt continues. Here's the brief on today's solo trial. It's called Breaking Barriers. And this is where you will have to break your way through 3 very different obstacles. The first one is wire fencing, which you must cut through using a pair of bolt cutters. The first 10 men to make it through the fence and grab a sledgehammer will continue with the trial. The last 5 will sit out. The next obstacle will be a brick wall, which you must smash using the sledgehammer. The first 5 to go through will continue to the final barrier, which is a reinforced locked door. You must break through the door using a fireman's axe. The first 2 people to make it through the door and to activate the air horn will win captaincy in the squad trial and secure amnesty for themselves at the judgment. All clear? Yes! Let's get into positions.
We're seeing this high walls and this fence, and first thing comes to mind is it's going to be a very physical challenge where I'm going to be using my hands. So I'm already thinking to myself, this is going to be tricky, because obviously, utilizing the sand is going to be a problem.
When I came into this game, I told myself, okay, this is a game. I need to do the best that I can, so I have to dominate the guys, and physically I've got those powers.
Okay, gents, are you ready to break the barriers? Power 1 man, go! Amadoda ke mele ayenze ngakonke okusemandleni to concentrate intensely, as that might be the difference between losing or winning. The men have to cut 3 parts of a rectangle painted on a wire fence. Ufadini uyohambela ngaphambili.
I get to the fence, and what I'm thinking in my mind first thing is that I need to keep a steady hand. I need to ensure that I don't miss any of the little lines.
Ngangishilo ukuthi kuyabanda namhlanje bafowethu, so the men must feel the pain in their hands.
I'm standing at the fence. I knew I had to cut it as fast as possible. Your hands are numb from the cold, and it's a lot of cutting.
When I get to the wire, like, okay, can strategize, okay, now, where am I gonna start?
Johannes, umuntu wokuqala wokunqampula ifence and qualifies for the next level.
When you're playing a game, sometimes you get blindfolded, but I went for the first one because I thought it was a good position for me,
Ufadini wenza ngakonke okusemandleni to get that second place.
As soon as I hit that fence, immediately I went from the bottom and then worked my way around the sides, and it seemed to pay off.
Scotty has just come through. There's 1 hammer left.
I'm convinced my luck is not with me. When I finished that and I pushed, I found that the ones I cut on the side was on the wrong part of the fence.
Bongs is the last one in to grab the last sledgehammer, and we have 10 home. Unfortunately for the last 5, you will become the spectators and sit this one out. Come this side, gentlemen.
Unfortunately, I just didn't make it. It is what it is, eh?
Okay, gentlemen, the next obstacle in front of you is a brick wall which you must smash using the sledgehammer. The first 5 through will continue to the last barrier. Top 10, are you ready? Power 1 man, go! Immediately, the 10 men attack the wall. Ngomdlandla.
Using the sledgehammer, I knew that it was going to be hard to knock through that wall. It was concrete. When Hauser said go, I took a running launch because I'm smaller than the other guys.
I always wanted to break a wall down with a hammer since I was a kid for some reason. And yeah, I was quite excited.
I've never really hit through a wall before. First thing when I looked at it is I thought to myself, I'm going to have to get through this hole. So if that is the case, I need to hit it as low as possible so that I can literally use the ground to squeeze through.
Johannes was making good progress. Kodwa ay sekalahlekelwe ihamura.
Remember while hitting the wall, Scotty next to me was actually pumping himself up, and I thought to myself, no, I should be the one doing this for myself as well, and that's what I did.
Right now, there's an intense race pakat for Fadin no Johan. Fadin is trying to get through that small hole. Seksele space for Abantabao 2 to compete in the third obstacle. Who will it be? Asazi Sobon. It's Scotty, followed by Jono. Jonathan was the last person to grab the eggs. Bongs came close, but unfortunately for him, he will join the other spectators. Congratulations, gentlemen. You now have a 1 in 5 chance of winning the solo trial. The barrier in front of you is a door which you must break using the fireman's axe. The first 2 people to sound the air horn will win the trial and amnesty for themselves at the judgment. Top 5, are you ready? Yes. Power on, men, go! Amadoda wasamoshne isikhathi ngokudiliza umnyaka.
Standing in front of the door, I'm thinking to myself that this thing is probably as hard as the wall. I underestimated the wall's strength the first time I hit it. Therefore, I overestimated the strength of the door when I stood in front of it.
My tactic was to look for the weak points in the door, thinking about how a door is structured, and then chopping from the bottom up to the side and make a nice square hole and then fit through there. It was way softer than I thought it was going to be. And when I realized that, I could have just used a hammer and pushed myself through, but the other guys got the right attitude from the beginning, and they smashed the door from the beginning and got through.
First through is Fadin. Yeah, baby! Followed very closely by Johannes.
Honestly, the first thing that went through my mind when I went through the door was actually, how am I going to celebrate? Because thinking I better do this well.
Maybe that's how we do it, yeah!
I think the important part was improving the odds. You know, it's important that no matter what adversities or whatever you're faced with, it's important that you can still basically push through it, literally, like I pushed through these walls today.
The guys told me that they thought I was going to win the challenge, but it just shows you everything went good with the fence, the wall, everything, but with the door I had the wrong tactics, trying to be strategic and not use brute force to get through the door. But he had the right tactic, he used brute force to get through the door, and that was the right thing to do.
I think today for them it's just a booster, you know, boosting their ego and actually just giving them, you know, like I have it.
Okay, well done, gentlemen. Firstly, let's give a round of applause to Fadin and Johannes. Well done, guys. Johannes, quickly take us through the game.
The game itself was hard. It was very, very hard. I had to use all my power to get through all the obstacles. But I'm glad I made it.
Now, Fadin, you are one of the person which I least expected to win because of your injury. How did that go for you?
Well, firstly, thanks, Hazza, for the confidence boost. Yeah, no, look, it was something also that I was doubting, and I was a bit worried. But it's all mind over matter, I think, which is important. And I'm just hoping I can prove to my teammates that this ain't a problem, boys.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
Well done, guys. Now, Fadin and Johannes, as the winners of the solo trial, you have secured amnesty for yourself at the judgment and will be the 2 captains in our next challenge. Go rest, gentlemen. I'll see you a bit later on at the squad trial.
Do you think it's easy? You're gonna whack it and then you whack and whack. It's like nothing's happening.
I'm very happy with Johannes making it through because he was part of our first team, our group team. So we have formed a relationship and a bond. As for Fadin, also another relationship and bond. So I'm not concerned with myself being voted out or any of the top contenders being voted out at all.
Any guy who's gonna come to me trying to build up some alliances, I'm not gonna give out that kind of a chance. We're here to play it fair and win it fair and square.
I've noticed just how determined guys are and how they want to win. And those guys are probably more threatening at the moment than the weaker guys. The weaker guys tend to just sort of move through the motions. So that's always a good thing. So I think if I had to base my vote on elimination, which I don't want to be in come the next time because I'd like my team to win. But if that's the case, I might be looking at more the stronger guys than the weaker guys right now.
Today's squad trial is called the Fireman's Relay. It is a challenge which requires a range of skills, and the men will have to work together as a team in order to succeed.
In my eyes, judging on today's performance, I'd consider myself the weakest for today. But when it comes to the team challenge, I'm going to persevere and push through and make sure there is no target on my back.
So I don't think it matters which squad I'm in. I'd be happy with anybody's squad, Vadim or Johannes. You know, both strong leaders, and I think all I have to do is perform as an individual within the team to make the team win.
How's it, gents? Welcome to the squad trial. Every young man dreams of becoming a fireman, so today you can play out that fantasy. Today's trial needs the teams to work together as a unit and for everyone to be brave in the face of possible danger. Is that clear? Yes. Now that you know what's required, let's pick the teams. Vadim, you came first in the solo trial, which will make you the captain of the red squad. Please step forward and step on the red mat.
I do feel a bit better because I have amnesty. Being a team captain and making sure now I can take my leadership role and push the guys forward, I do want to win the challenge.
Johannes, you came second, my man. So you will be the captain of the black squad. Step forward and step on the black mat.
I believe I'm a good leader. I'll just have to be good to the guys, speak to them about the games and everything, be a good leader to them.
Now Vadim, as the winner, you will pick first.
Let's go with you, Jon.
I got picked first by Vadim. We worked great as a team yesterday, and so I think maybe that's why I got picked first by him. I don't think it was a personal thing.
Why have you chosen him?
Also, I think we all know just what a strong competitor he is at the moment. He's done pretty well where he is, and yeah, I'm going to take him as from strength.
Janice, time for you to make your pick.
I'll go with Kimo.
Kimo. Why have you chosen Kimo, Johannes?
Well, he's quite a strong guy, so I believe we're gonna work together nicely. Yeah.
Vadim, make your next pick.
Let's grab Smith.
Smith has been chosen to be in the red squad.
I'll go with Scotty.
Jebza.
Jeff.
Jonathan.
Ox.
I think we're gonna need some speed, so James.
Really?
There are 3 men left to choose from. Vadim?
I'm gonna go with Bongs.
Bongs.
H.
Okay, there are 7 men in the red squad and 7 men in the black squad. However, there is an odd man out. Mangoba, you have not been selected as both teams need to be even. But don't despair, because you will be linked to the red squad. So if they win, you can celebrate with them as you will be safe for another week. But if they lose, you will join them at the judgment and be up for elimination. So my advice to you would be to play your role on the sidelines and give them all the support they need. Clear? You can leave, my man.
I wasn't chosen. I thought maybe having gone through the first level of the first trial, I would have, you know, somewhat gained some favor with someone at least. But I guess strategically, maybe I wasn't seen as the right pick.
you ready for the fireman's relay?
Yes!
So here's the brief on the squad trial. Fireman's relay will begin at the pulley system, where one member will be lifted up so he can reach an X which is hidden on the beam. Once he is dropped and untied, you will use the X to chop a line that holds a suspended wooden box. In that box, you will find a key to your fire truck. You will then have to select 2 members to wear fireproof suits, while the rest of you will unroll and connect a hose that will help you to extinguish the burning car. Inside that burning car is a metal trunk which must be retrieved by the 2 men wearing the fire suits. The first team to make it back on the mat with the metal trunk will win the trial and is safe from elimination. The losing squad will go to the judgment where someone will be eliminated. Clear? Yes. Let's get into positions. Okay, gents, remember, the first team to get all their men back on the squad mat with the trunk wins. Power on, men, are you ready? Yeah! Power on, men, go! Each squad has selected a light X-Men that's lifted by the team to chop a rope that's holding the key box.
We chose James. James is the lightest guy. We could easily lift him up because everybody else is heavier.
Ran with James and he went up straight, and as soon as he came to the top, everybody shouted stop, obviously because we wouldn't want to bash his head against the thing. And then he thought stop, like meaning something is wrong, we have to stop, and then he unclipped the hook. So he was hanging there around and he saw Scotty unclipping, and I was like, oh, I could go on.
Confusion aside and the race continues. Both James no Scotty sebawatholile amazembe wabo. Lokho kusele nje ukuthi banqampule le ntambo le bamba ibhokisi with their fire truck's keys in it. It's still anyone's race with the red squad having a small lead.
As we were about to run, my hand was not working properly. I think there was some stones within that screw.
The red squad arrives at their side of the fire truck. Manje sekumele ukuthi bakhiphe le hose pipe bawucime lo mlilo.
Get changed, guys! Boys, get changed! Get changed!
I was chosen to be in the fireman suit purely because I used to do volunteering for an NGO company that used to put out fires. So obviously just needed a little bit of help putting on the suit because I had a bit of difficulty keeping my feet in and my gloves.
Yeah. I was in control of the main hosing. That was my job for the whole obstacle of the trial.
Both teams are neck on neck, and it will come down to teamwork on who will win.
Wait, man, don't run like this.
When I was looking around, I was waiting for to give the signal with 3 guys to open the water, and it was just me and Vadim. The guy who was supposed to be with us didn't show up.
It's going to be important for the guys to help us get dressed. And at one stage that didn't happen at all. And I actually glanced over to the other team, and it was Johannes that had his full kit on already. It felt like I couldn't get into it.
Both squads have unrolled their hoses and connected them. Sekusele nje ukuthi ivati liphume. The black squad gets water first. They have taken the lead. I-Black Squad yibo ke abacima umlilo kuqala. Now it's time to send in the rescue team to retrieve the metal case from the smoldering wreck. I-Red Squad sedliwe isikhathi kakhulu ngokugqoka i-fireman suit. Will they catch up? Ayi, asazi. The Black Squad has retrieved their metal case. And that makes them the winners!
To be the winning squad, it feels so great, it feels good. It's like I'm back on my feet after what happened yesterday. So I feel good. It was fantastic. It was nice.
My team selection definitely revolved around the previous trial that we had and the success that we had with the previous team that was selected. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way because obviously they were chosen on the other team.
Congratulations, the Black Squad wins. You guys are the winning team. Let's all give them a round of applause. Johannes, you must be a proud captain. Take us through the game plan.
Oh man, it was hard, eh? At least today we learned how to be firemen.
And Oz, how does it feel to be in the winning team for a change?
Funny you should say that. I mean, I've been to judgment. Look, it's tough there, it's raw. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone on the show, actually. So, to be honest, it feels great. But I'm going to be gracious in victory.
Red Squad, you heard the man. He says it's tough and it's raw. You guys are the losing team, which can only mean one thing. I will see you guys at the judgment a bit later on, where one of you will be eliminated and voted out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. You can go rest.
The other squad, they had it. Maybe they were too relaxed because they were everything they were leading. One guy was left by himself to dress himself up with a suit, and most of the guys were helping with a pipe. If it was help to do everything strategically, maybe they could have won it.
Definitely voting for judgment at this moment in time, I don't know. It's going to be very tricky. We're going to have to play it out and see how the future holds. But currently what took place in the game will be a factor on what happened. And I think we're in for a bit of a surprise during judgment.
Back at the hotel, the teams dissect their victory and loss.
So Bongs, how are you feeling about judgment tonight, bro?
I'm going there for the second time now, and I know Hauser's just gonna be on my case.
As long as you stick to the game plan, everything will be all right.
Plan of action is there is an alliance. That's no secret now anymore. And we have set out targets of elimination.
You think you're going home tonight?
It's possible.
I think I'm in the same situation. I think I'm going home tonight.
Why would you think you're going?
Just got the vibe. They see me as a threat.
Reality struck me that maybe they're going to vote me out because I'm the strongest guy. Maybe they want to get rid of me now. They don't have to worry about me later.
People are playing this game.
The team didn't lose because of anyone's big mess up, you know. So I feel like I'm an easy pick because no one did anything wrong and this guy didn't do anything.
I think the odd man out, that, you know, the guy that was just given to our team should be eliminated purely on the fact that he did nothing. But it's because he couldn't do anything. I don't know why he was the last man, or, you know, why the two leaders didn't want to pick him from the beginning on, but there must have been a reason.
Q physically he doesn't look too strong for the challenges. He also takes. He's always like surprised when you say something to him. It's like, whoa, when did that happen, or how? So he comes across as very humble in the stuff that he does.
It was me and you again at the end, getting chosen last, and then Johannes is like, oh my God, this guy was chosen last yesterday. I can't make him get chosen last again. It was like, I feel like we're the scraps. Some guys would feel as more remorseful for Johan since he didn't do anything wrong. He's been a very good guy, a team player. In every instance, he's been pushing hard. So yeah, it could work out that they feel compassionate and then they decide not to vote for him since he didn't do anything wrong.
Strategically, you'd probably want to take a guy like Johan off. He's strong, he's powerful, he's got on his feet, quick thinking. He will do whatever it takes to win.
Speaking about him, did you see all the energy he exerted just by putting James up there? I think he was the one that was tugging that whole rope by himself. Johan right now is the biggest threat. He's a very strong player, and mentally he's also very strong.
Jono.
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's up, brother? Come in, bro.
How's it, man? Right, man. Right. You have a good day.
How does it?
What do you mean having a good day being on the losing?
No, I don't mean it.
No, I'm just asking. Reflecting back on, if I can call it that, failure part of time, it's the only thing I can think of at the moment that can cut my legs off. I think some of us were thinking and talking about the fact that in the personal challenge, you can do extremely well. You know what I mean? But then it comes with a team challenge, and the whole team loses, but then one of us are bound to go home. I think there's a couple of guys that's thinking, you couldn't get into that suit. You're the reason we're not the winning team. You're the reason it took so long, and you're the reason that we lost.
Isikhathi senkulumo sesiphelile njengoba sengisondela kwi-judgment. Gentlemen, welcome to the judgment. As the losing squad, one of you will be voted out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. We'll cast a vote for the person you feel did not live up to the standard of a Bar 1 man. You cannot vote for Fadin, the squad captain, as he has amnesty. However, he will have an opportunity to give away his amnesty to someone else before we start the vote. Once voting is done, all will be revealed, and the person with the highest amount of votes will be asked to relinquish his Bar 1 man expedition watch and to leave the game immediately. Clear?
It's clear.
Sure, gents. Now, as always, at the judgment, I always begin with the squad captain. Explain, my man, what happened?
Halza, we got to obviously be firemen, which was an incredible experience. Selecting a team of this, I think I don't regret any of my decisions for the guys that I selected. Before going into the trial, we had this game plan that we put together as quickly as we could. With the type of trial that they gave us, it wasn't really something that we all had to do together, but each person individually had little tasks that they needed to complete. Personally, I feel we did those absolutely great. I think that we achieved what we needed to, but we just couldn't get dressed for some unknown reason, and that cost us. Really, we couldn't get our pants on. Personally, I feel we all did what we needed to do. I don't feel anybody didn't do what they had to. And unfortunately, we've just never put on fireman suit before.
Jonathan, you know, some of the heat is being put on you. Would you say you are the weakest?
I'm feeling a bit, just taking the toll for it. But on the other hand, I'm also thinking, it was a team challenge as well. And there were one or two guys helping. And for one or other reason, I just couldn't get my foot into that boot.
Mangoba, now, initially Fadim didn't choose you.
Yes.
Would you then say, hey, Mshambe, you have a mark on your back?
Since it's very difficult to pinpoint Uguti, Obani, or Bega Week in the trial, it's easy to say everyone performed, everyone was solid, there were no leakages, but oh, here's this guy that was on the side, and you know, it's very difficult to say you were wrong, but he didn't do anything at all. And at the same time, it's unfair for me to point anyone out from the team and say this guy was weak.
So, Johan, would you say then you disappointed Fadim as the squad captain?
I don't think I disappointed Vadim as a squad captain. I think I did my job as I was supposed to. So I think there was no one in the team. That's what makes this judgment so difficult. There was no one in the team that didn't bring a spot.
I think if there's anybody who's the weakest, is myself. As a captain, team captain, it comes down. That's any sport, anything that you do in life. You got to lead, and if the leader, we're sitting here, and I'll take it upon myself as a leader that we should not be here.
So let's just say, for instance, you weren't the captain and you didn't have the amnesty. Would you feel like your life is in danger?
Well, obviously because I have the amnesty, I am a bit more at ease. I'm not happy. I am very unhappy because I hate losing, and we did lose. If I didn't have amnesty and if I was sitting where I am today, I would absolutely feel threatened because I'm just as much on the chopping block as everybody else sitting here.
Debzangwan, if you were given the role of a captain, what would you have done differently?